In this video, we're going to explore using Gilbert as a wavefolder. If I apply a triangle wave to Gilbert's input and then view the fold output on an oscilloscope, we can see that Gilbert provides a sine wave that is 3 times the frequency of our initial triangle wave. And if I dial back our input attenuator, our sine wave will fold back into one that matches the frequency of our input waveform before it fades into silence. In this context, the input attenuator functions similarly to how a fold or timbre control works on a dedicated wavefolder. If we use a VCA or low-pass gate to modulate the amplitude of our initial waveform, we can get voltage control over this wavefolding. Off-screen, I have a single channel of the dual low-pass gate whose CV input is being modulated by an LFO. And as our low-pass gate opens and closes, we'll hear our triangle wave fold and unfold. Because Gilbert was initially designed to process CV, it can be a little mild compared to dedicated wavefolders. Just for fun, I'm going to daisy chain 2 Gilberts to get more extreme wavefolding. All we have to do is take the fold output of our first Gilbert and apply it to the signal input of our second Gilbert, and then we'll bring the second fold output up on this oscilloscope. Right away we hear much more extreme wavefolding. To hear this in a more musical context, I'm going to apply the fold output of our second Gilbert to the signal input of the second channel of our dual low-pass gate. I'm then going to trigger a sequence coming from Ableton Live. This will provide a pitch sequence for our oscillators and a gate sequence for our envelopes. We still have an LFO opening and closing our first low-pass gate, and then we hear our percussive decay envelope opening the second low-pass gate. Let's compare how this sounds to the output of the first Gilbert. There is something nice about the mild wavefolding that happens with a single Gilbert. A single Gilbert provides more of a woody quality, in my opinion, while daisy chaining Gilberts provides more of a razor-sharp timbre that is great for cutting through mixes. The dual low-pass gate is rather clean and really mellows out the sound of our wavefolding. If we wanted to add some saturation to the output, we could swap out the second channel of the dual low-pass gate with a channel from the multiple feedback low-pass gate. And now we'll switch back to the output of the first Gilbert. Since we have 2 independent Gilberts, we can dial back the level control of our first Gilbert and then modulate it via the CV input. This will add another layer of timbre modulation because we'll vary how much folding we're getting from the second Gilbert. I'm going to take this LFO and apply it to the level CV input. And we'll listen to the output of the first Gilbert again. I'll change the octave of our sequence. And now switch back to the second Gilbert. You don't necessarily need two Gilberts to achieve a patch like this. If you have a dedicated wavefolder in your rack, you can apply your audio signal to Gilbert's input and then Gilbert's fold output to the input of your wavefolder. It will allow you to push your wavefolder to new extremes by getting higher amounts of wavefolding. And we'll apply the output to the dual low pass gate one more time.